guys, this is Pixel Dan coming to you from the 2018 San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm here at the Diamond booth with my friend Zach. What is going on, buddy?
Not much, man. How you doing? It's good to see you.
Boy, your voice is a little hoarse today.
Yeah, I talk a lot every day and all through the night. In my sleep, I talk. It's one of my best qualities, I'm told.
Hey, that's why you do this job, right?
Yeah, everyone wants to talk to me. That's fine. I like to talk to everybody, so it all works out.
It all works out in the end. Awesome. Well, hey, you guys have a new booth here filled with all kinds of goodies. So I figured we'd do our thing. You can run us down, talk about all the awesome new stuff you guys have on display.
Sure, man. Absolutely. We'll start off. We've got some new Star Trek items on display. Now, we've been talking about Star Trek items for a long time. People have been saying, what's this new ship you're working on that's going to come out before the Reliant? And it's the Enterprise C. We're showing that for the first time. And people are saying, what are these Star Trek action figures you're saying you developed? We told them about the Borg, and we're finally showing off a next-generation Borg. But we're also showing off our Kelvin timeline, new movie, universe, Star Trek Into Darkness, Kirk and Spock. So those are actually going to be up for pre-order now on our website, and they'll be up for pre-order everywhere starting next week. And they're awesome. They look really cool.
They do.
And they got the likeness really nailed. And
I would say the articulation looks great on them. They're like fully articulated figures.
We tried to do something different for a little while because we'd made so many articulated Star Trek figures where we made the select figures that were more like the old select figures, the old Marvel select figures where they were more statically posed, interchangeable parts, you could have them do different things. And I think for what they were really cool, but a lot of people were asking for fully articulated Star Trek figures. So we said, well, all right, fully articulated Borg with lots of interchangeable, swappable parts. You can make it look like 6 completely different Borgs.
Oh, that's cool.
The head comes off, the eyepiece comes off. You get multiple eyepieces, multiple arms with tool attachments, and like the vest comes off to show all the wiring underneath. It's a really cool thing. And then the Kirk and Spock are really posable. You got a lot of weapons. The weapons have like laser attachments on them. They look like they're going to be really awesome. Of course you got alternate hands and communicators and phasers and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's really cool to finally be able to show it to the fans because I know people have been saying, "Where's the new Trek? Where's the new Trek? Where's the new Trek?" I'm not saying the seed's going to come out tomorrow, but we're farther along on the seed than we are on the Reliant. We wanted to get something out there, and a lot of people were even wondering if we even still had the Star Trek license because McFarlane's been doing some stuff, some stuff, but we are still in the Star Trek game.
Excellent.
So, and if Kirk and Spock do well, we want to do more Into Darkness stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And so, do you think you'll also be kind of using that new style with the fully articulated style for other versions of Trek too? I mean, I know you got the next generation Borg, but maybe more next generation characters or original series.
I don't know if we'll immediately hop back to do more next generation stuff. We did Picard and Worf, and they did okay in that select style, but we've done pretty much the entire crew in that older articulated style that we've done. Right. So I think most fans would rather we move forward and did characters we haven't done before. And obviously there are some, we never got to make Yeoman Rand and Nurse Chapel. We never made, and I got to make those figures that people are constantly asking us for, but we've offered figures like that, fully posable figures past, and they haven't really done very well. And we're hoping that if these do well, that that new timeline, will have a lot more appeal for Star Trek fans now. Considering that we don't really have access to the Discovery universe. So in terms of new current Trek, we've got the new movie universe, and we've got the new and you've got Discovery, and we don't have Discovery, so we want to focus on something that's got some relevance today rather than living in the 1960s for forever and ever.
Okay. All right.
That's me speaking, how I see it personally. Chuck may feel a little differently about it. He loves the original series, but we've done a lot of original series stuff, and really we've done a lot of next generation stuff. But we still are working on a next generation phaser also.
Sweet.
So the Reliant ship and the next generation phaser, people have asked us if we can do ships for the Kelvin timeline. I'm not sure about that, but I don't see why we wouldn't be, so maybe that's something we might get to in the future, after Reliant.
Okay, excellent,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, that was a lot just about Star Trek, but and I'm a pretty big Star Trek fan. I'm not as big as a lot of Star Trek fans, so but I do enjoy it.
Next Generation was always my jam, so that Borg's sweet.
I watched a fair amount of it, but I think I might have actually watched more 1960s Star
Really?
Trek. I'm not even of that generation, but I watched a lot of reruns, and I read a lot of the novels based in that world, and I read all the James Blish adaptations of the episodes. So even if I didn't see the episode of the classic series episode, I've probably read a novelization of it, and they were really, really good, and they were so good that they made me feel like I'd actually seen the episode.
Oh, that's cool.
So I could tell you what happened in this episode, but it's possible I may not have actually watched it with my eyes. Anyway, that's Star Trek.
Sweet.
Another thing in that case is John Wick. The John Wick action movies are awesome. They're working on a third one. So we're doing like dioramas or PVC dioramas. $45, 9-inch scale, plastic statues really. But we're also going to do a select action figure. Fully articulated. We want it to be more articulated than some of our other figures. Very articulated because he's got to do all the poses, running through doors and aiming his gun and stuff like that. And he'll come with a dog, because you got to have the dog. The dog is like the whole point. So he comes with a dog. What else is in there? Pacific Rim. We're going to continue with Pacific Rim. Series 3 is on display there. That's actually production samples of Series 3. Series 2 should hit very soon. They're actually on display over at the Diamond Comics booth. But Series 3 is going to be is up for pre-order now and should ship probably by the end of the year.
Excellent.
And then we got we're going to do another gallery for that, a PVC gallery. Of Gypsy Avenger over like a ruined building. It's actually a really cool looking piece.
It looks amazing. It's a beautiful piece.
I like it a lot. I want to see more of that stuff, like getting those to like small crushed buildings for dioramas. It'd be great to have something like that to use with the action figures. Yeah. I have to talk Chuck into doing some sort of diorama bases for that we can sell separately for our larger scale characters. But we're gonna do that. We got the vinyl bank. We got and then we got under that we got the real Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know you're into that. The Firehouse, which you collect all the Ghostbusters 2 figures and then all the real Ghostbusters figures. So 15 figures. You can build those Firehouse doors. Yeah. So it's it's just like we did with the rooftop. 15 figures. It's just this time it's a mix from the 2 different worlds, and hopefully people are cool with that. People are cool with picking up one universe or the other if they're in one camp or the other, but I like them both.
Totally.
If someone said Ghostbusters 2 or real Ghostbusters, it would be hard for me to choose.
It would be, yeah. I mean, I think I grew up watching the cartoon more than the movie, and then as I got older, I went back and like really enjoyed and appreciated the movies. So I've always got that soft spot for the real Ghostbusters because like when I was a kid, that was my Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
So.
No, I certainly don't know if I was allowed to watch the original Ghostbusters, but I'm pretty sure that I watched a taped copy off of television of Ghostbusters 2 over and over and over and over again. I probably have seen it more than Ghostbusters 1. And so that combined, goes up against my having watched every episode of Real Ghostbusters. So the 2 of them are pretty near and dear to my heart. I even had the comic adaptation of Ghostbusters too. It's done by like Now Comics. I can't remember who did the art for it, but it's like very cartoony. It was actually drawn in the real Ghostbusters style.
That's awesome.
So it's a Ghostbusters 2 story drawn in the real Ghostbusters style. It had scenes from the script that never made it into the movie, Ray getting possessed and like almost crashing the Ecto-1, and it was all drawn like they were real Ghostbusters characters. Yeah. It was very weird. Now I'm only just now remembering that. That's kind of crazy. I wonder if I
brought up some memories. Yeah. I love it.
I've got some feelings now. I'm thinking about my childhood and my dad.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's getting bad now. Oh no, I'm going down a deep hole.
Oh well, we got to get out of this then.
All right,
move away from Ghostbusters. Go.
Kingdom Hearts. We're showing off the Kingdom Hearts action figures, which have which are based on the Series 3 is based on Space Paranoid. So you got Tron, you got Sark. Yeah. Tron and Sark. I mean, just right, Tron and Sark. But also you got the Tron versions of Space Paranoid's versions of Sora and Donald and Goofy. And then you got a really cool Mickey in his Organization 13 hood. So he's like the badass, can I say badass? Badass black cloaked Mickey. That's Series 3. Series 2 just hit with Goofy and Donald and Roxas and another version, another couple of, Aqua, our first Aqua. I think it's like one of the first Aqua figures ever, and a lot of people are very excited that we put out an Aqua. And we're going to do mini-mates for that, and there's Sark is in the second wave of mini-mates. First wave is out now. Sark is in the second series, and we're also going to do a vehicle, light cycle, that'll come with Sora and his Space Paranoids look. So the fact that we're doing a Tron light cycle in mini-mate scale is just like kind of awesome, because you got once you buy one with the Sora, you got to buy another one for Tron to ride around on. Totally. And then you got to buy one for Goofy to ride around on, and then one for Donald to ride around on. You really need to buy 4. The takeaway from this is that you should buy 4 light cycles. Please buy 4 light cycles, because I want them to make more things like Tron light cycles at the Mini-Mates format. Anyway, that's cool. Sonic the Hedgehog, we're doing more with Sonic. We're doing the Mini-Mates, the 4-inch vinyls. We're also doing the Mini-Mates. We're going to start off with one box set, which will have Sonic, Supersonic, Amy, and also Cream, the rabbit, with Cheese, I guess, which is our little chow friend. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I know the woman who did the voice for the U.S. episodes.
Really?
She did the voice of Cream and Cheese.
Oh, wow.
So I'm very excited to get mine signed by her as soon as I can.
Cool.
But we're going to do that, the mini-mates, and we're going to do PVC dioramas for both Sonic and Kingdom Hearts. Most of those are going to start off at GameStop, and then maybe go somewhere else later on. But they'll be GameStop exclusive to start. The PVC dioramas are really cool. Sora, Goofy, Pete, Mickey with Donald, and then a Sonic and a Tails one. Oh, and Sonic and Tails. I think we got a bunch more in development too.
Very cool.
What else is over in that case? The Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Yes. We got a ton of Nightmare Before Christmas. We got the fifth series of action figures is out now with Vampire Jack, and I think Melting Man with Wolfman, and oh gosh, I can't even remember who the third set in that set is, but it's crazy characters. We're getting into some of the crazy Halloween Town residents. Series 6 will be out, I think, around Halloween. But you can see Series 6 in the cage there. It's got the hanging tree and a new version of Sally that's a lot more posable. We're going to do more mini-mates. We got a box set of mini-mates. They're actually not on display. We're going to do a mini-mate set with the Town Square Fountain. Oh, cool, so it'll be 4 mini-mates and that fountain. Neat. And then we're going to do some more of those cloth dolls. So we got a Jack that comes with a podium. We got a Sally that comes with a big cooking pot. And this year, actually, also not in the case, we're going to be releasing the 25th anniversary figures, because it is a 25th anniversary. Yeah. And they're they're bigger than the select action figures. They're about 8 or 9 inches, and they're cloth costumed. So they're not as big as the 12 to 16-inch dolls, but they're pretty big. And they each come with accessories. They're very deluxe, and they're going to run about $50 each. And they'll come in a coffin-shaped box. So somewhere in between the $25 selects and the $50 to $100 bigger cloth dolls. Okay. So it's kind of an intermediate scale there, but very cool. So that's Nightmare. We got a whole new line of busts we're calling Legends in 3 Dimensions after the old brand. We've taken that over. So we're doing Iron Giant as our human busts are quarter scale, but Iron Giant is obviously that same size. The quarter scale is 10 inches, so Iron Giant's a little big. He's he's got to be almost 12 inches tall. Yeah. Robbie the Robot. Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, Rorschach from Watchmen, Animal from The Muppet Show.
The Animal looks amazing.
It's crazy. We're going to do a Gypsy Danger from the First Pacific Rim. Cthulhu. Eli Livingston is our sculptor of all our Cthulhu stuff, and he just delivered this awesome Cthulhu just today. He brought it over. Sweet. And then we've got a bunch of Marvel guys, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, and Spider-Gwen. And we've already solicited, so you can already pre-order Venom and Deadpool. So that's going to be a fun line for us, just really big busts. Yeah. It's been a while since anybody's done a really big bust line, a series of them, and we're going to try to apply that to as many of the licenses we have that we can do that for. What else in that case? We got some really big Marvel statues. We got some new Marvel mini-mates. We're going to do some more animated mini-mates for Walgreens. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man cartoon, and Avengers Secret Wars, I believe. So you got some new characters there. Our first Hammerhead mini-mate is in that series. We're also going to do a series based on Avengers 1 million BC.
Yeah, these look really cool. These are neat.
I haven't read it yet, but it's just such an awesome concept. 7 members of the Avengers in 1 million BC. One of them is Odin. One of them is the first Black Panther, the first Iron Fist, the first Sorcerer Supreme, the first host of the Phoenix Force. Who else in there? Starbrand. Who I don't really know much about, being from his new universe origins, but he's got the Starbrand, which gives him incredible power. But he's also big like the Hulk. He's this brutish, Cro-Magnon man. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and the original Ghost Rider who rides on a woolly mammoth.
Oh, it's amazing.
I need to read
Ghost Rider on a woolly mammoth.
I need to go read this because it's awesome. It sounds awesome, and it has to be awesome to read. But they look awesome, and they also come with the bad guy who's called the Fallen. He's this awesome purple robot, which also makes him awesome right away, just being a purple robot. We got so much more stuff. We got a ton of Marvel galleries on display. The 9-inch PVCs. We have a Mr. Sinister is there. Squirrel Girl is there. Just some really fun Dazzler, Disco Dazzler. A lot of characters there on display. We have a lot of DC galleries on display too. A lot of new comic characters: Deathstroke, Darkseid. A whole series based on Dark Knight's Metal. That crazy story where evil Batman, with the powers of the other Justice League members from other universes in the dark multiverse, come to Earth and basically defeat everybody.
Oh wow!
And then in the story you actually read, you find out how Batman became crazy evil Aquaman Batman, or how Batman became crazy evil Flash Batman, how he got the Flash's powers, how he got Aquaman's powers, how he got Wonder Woman's powers, and and like it's this evil league of Batman. It's just really cool, and we're interpreting a lot of those designs in that 9-inch scale PVC diorama. We're showing off some Marvel Select figures that we've been teasing for a while, the Infinity War stuff. So you got Captain America with his Nomad suit. You got Thor from his final Infinity War look when he comes in and starts kicking A's and taking names. And he comes with Tween Groot, which is awesome.
Oh, that is cool.
Cap comes with his shields, and he comes with like a grassy base. But Thor comes with Groot, and Iron Spider comes with just crazy Iron Spider arms.
The Iron Spider looked amazing too. He's all shiny.
He's very shiny. Yeah. Oh yeah, if we can nail that paint in the production, he's the shiniest. I love him.
He looks great.
Yeah, I love that costume though. That costume's great. No, I don't even like the original comic Iron Spider costume, but the movie Iron Spider costume is so awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe it's because they gave him 4 arms instead of 3 arms, which for some reason in the comic book he had like 7 limbs total, and I didn't really understand it.
Work, right?
That was weird. I don't know that. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Joe Quesada. He's man's a genius, but I think he designed that first one. I think there was a mistake made somewhere. I'm not sure. Anyway, those figures there, and also our first Rogue Marvel Select.
Yeah.
People have been asking us to make more X-Men, so we made Beast, and then people are saying make more X-Men.
do it.
And we said, no, you haven't made more. You made another X-Men. Make more X-Men. So we made Rogue in her 90s Jim Lee look. So she'll go with your Gambit, and she'll go with your Beast, and she'll go with your Colossus, and your Nightcrawler, and you can have like a nice little. Well, Nightcrawler's not on that cover. Is he? Is Nightcrawler on the cover of X-Men #1? I don't think he is.
No,
I don't think he is. No. But anyway, Wolverine. So you can go with your yellow costume Wolverine. So we've got a lot of X-Men now, and they each come with a set part of the Danger Room. So that's cool. Like Beast's got some bars to swing on, and Rogue's got like one of those blasters that comes out and starts zapping people.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much everything.
Muppets.
Yes. We're finally putting out Swedish Chef.
Yeah.
Series 3 ran into some trouble. Orders were not great, so we went back to the table and we said, all right, this is now a Deluxe Select figure. It's going to cost you a little bit more. We're going to start with the one figure and see how it goes. So we offered it, and it looks like we're going to be going forward with it with the Swedish Chef. But if anybody hasn't pre-ordered it, I highly recommend you pre-order it. It's going to be $29.99 suggested retail price. It's going to come with all those accessories you see, the table, like tons of pots and pans and accessories and stuff, a chicken, some talking vegetables. It's going to have a lot of accessories, and it's just going to cost a little bit more than your regular Select action figure. That's all.
It sounds like if you want more Muppets figures, pre-order this, right?
Yes. Swedish Chef, I think, is happening for sure. But if you want us to get to Dr. Teeth and Zoot, or if you want us to get to Sam the Eagle and Rizzo, then we, definitely please support the Swedish Chef, because
show him that you want him.
Yeah, because he's kind of the linchpin to this whole thing. If he works at this in this format, then I think we can make the other guys work. But if it's not 100% if it's not 100% sure thing, then it's maybe tough for us to take a risk on something else. So we'll see. We don't want to offer something and then have to cancel it again. So it gets a little sad for us after that point. Not just the fans, but us. It hurts us personally. So we're getting that.
Don't hurt Zach personally. Don't do
that. Get that rejection. So show Swedish Chef some love, and then we can hopefully make the other guys happen. I would really like to. Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, and check out our Dark Knight movie stuff too. We're doing the DC.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like Christian Bale Batman, Heath Ledger Joker, Tom Hardy Bane. Who I feel like when Tom Hardy Bane was first appeared, people were like, "Why does Tom Hardy Bane talk so weird?" But now everybody's like, "Tom Hardy Bane is the awesomest."
It's weird, it
totally
turned. It did a flip. Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it's like, "I'm Bane." People would do that to make fun of him, and now people are like, Bane is the awesome. He talks like, I'm Bane, Bane.
That's just become Bane's voice now. Yeah. That's the way everybody makes Bane talk.
I mean, it's either that voice, or he's probably got some deep Central American accent, which I'd have to remember how he talked in Batman the Animated Series.
That's
but
how it was,
but he was he's like a Colombian crime lord, right? He came from Mexico or Central America, and he was just he just wanted to beat somebody.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. I like Tom Hardy Bane.
Cool.
And I hope Tom Hardy Venom is as good as Tom Hardy Bane.
Yeah. Do you think he'll talk the same? I want to eat your brains, Spider-Man. I mean, is that the same?
We are Venom.
Well, that better happen now.
My Bane accent isn't even that great. But we heard Venom's voice in the trailer, didn't we? We heard him talking like Bane. Yeah, no. I
mean, it sounded very Venom-y, right?
Venom-y. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
Me too. Awesome. Well, hey, I think that's everything. I think we covered it all, right?
Did we?
Was that
oh
it?
My God, I'm getting tired.
That was a lot of it, but
I hope so, because I'm lightheaded.
Oh man, is it too much talking now? You need to take a break.
Talking.
All right, well we're gonna give Zach a break then. But Zach, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time to walk us through. We always appreciate it.
Sure. No, thank you for coming by, dude. Everybody always says, dude, I saw you on Pixel Dan, and can you introduce me to Pixel Dan? And I'm like, I don't know, I can't.
You just gonna let me call him real quick. Hold on.
All right, never mind. Then they just walk away.
They just leave. No, that's don't do that to Zach.
If I get them to Pixel Dan, then they have no more need for me.
Don't do that. He's got so many cool toys here. Look at his toys. Yeah, they're like, hey, dudes.
See, that guy's a Pixel Dan fan.
He must be.
He must be.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching from right here at the Diamond booth at the 2018 San Diego Comic-Con. You heard it right here.
You heard that.
Stay up to date with Pixel Dan at San Diego Comic-Con. Follow at Pixel Dan on Twitter, or you can subscribe for more videos on /Pixel Dan on YouTube.com.